In scientific writing, sentence structure is crucial for clarity and readability. Consider this sentence. The samples were prepared with the Sojel process and annealed at 500 degrees Celsius for 2 hours to achieve crystallinity. Let's call this well-structured sentence Bob. Bob is healthy and easy to understand because his subject and main verbs are in the right place. They are like his brain and heart. Without them, there is no Bob. Bob's other parts are typically arranged in a specific order. You can shuffle them around, and Bob might look different, but this only shows his flexibility. For instance, you can move the temperature to the back to imply that this may be an unusual but important choice. The samples were prepared with the Sojel process and annealed for 2 hours at 500 degrees Celsius. However, there's a limit to Bob's flexibility. If Bob gets too long, say over 35 words, he'll become turgid, a jumbled mess. Keep Bob between 10 and 30 words for the sake of clarity. Regardless of sentence length, watch out for front-loading. When rearranging Bob, you don't want his limbs to end up in unusual places, such as his face or chest. This would make Bob hardly recognizable and his heart and brain hard to find. Front-loading occurs when a sentence has too many constituents at the beginning. To avoid this, make his heart and brain easy to spot. Also, be cautious about dangling modifiers. In these cases, the implied subject of the non-finite verb isn't the same as the main subject. Either use another subject or change the verb form. To help Bob stand up straight, avoid giving him different limbs. When he needs 2 legs to stand on, use parallelism, where all parts match. Remember, even when Bob's limbs have the right form, they shouldn't be placed on his head. Make space for the heart and brain. Why don't you just put all this stuff into his backpack? This is just a simple list, so it should fit. Bob can easily carry a backpack, but he'll struggle if you give him several bags. All these items require separate bags because they are not part of the same list. To avoid overloading Bob, add another Bob instead. Now here's a secret. To pull a prank on Bob, you can give him a loopy head instead of a brain. He'll hardly notice. However, if you keep doing this to all of your Bobs, they will wander off like zombies. Keep them in a tight group. Give most of them real brains. At the end of the day, you'll want Bob to feel good, so make sure he's not too long. Put his heart and brain in the right place. Don't cover them. Give him useful limbs. Attach all his limbs properly and make them similarly shaped. In any case, don't stack too much weight on him and don't create loopy Bobs. That's how Bob feels and looks his best.